All right, so we've just talked about this weird idea of the sacred as being something that creates this sense of collective effervescence, an excited, bubbly feeling when you're in tune, when you feel connected to those around you. Some of us might feel this in formal religious services like in church or in Mass, but many people feel this experience when they go to sporting events, when they go to concerts, when they go to conventions. And this is in many ways why people go to conventions. Even academics like myself, we go to conventions with others who study sociology, who are kind of big nerds like us, and we feel a certain sense of excitement and joy at being with others in our community. And often people come away from these events energized. There's lots of drinking that goes on, part of those ritual substances, perhaps. Now, a key part of maintaining that sense of collective identity, which is the purpose of these religious type of events, is sacred symbols. These can be phrases that we only say on certain times. They can be symbols and even items. The point is that they connect us back to that sense of collective experience. They are sacred, again, because they're set apart from the everyday. So I had a student last semester who continually said, well, my phone is sacred. It's very important to me. But that's not really the point. Our phone is an everyday item. We schlep it around in our pockets. We don't set it apart in a case. We don't say it only at a particular time of day. No, the phone is a very everyday or profane object. Sacred symbols might be our team logos. They are shared by those who are fans. If you see someone with a Georgia Bulldogs shirt on, you might shout out the sacred phrase to them, "Go Dogs." Again, what you're evoking here is the sense of connectedness to that shared set of sacred beliefs and practices. Crosses are a great example. Again, they identify you as a community member, as someone who worships that same set of beliefs. What are some other examples of this? Something as simple as an inside joke amongst a very tight group of friends could even be an example. Now, we might not think of this as a religious experience, but we do have that sense of collective effervescence sometimes when we're with our closest friends. We get that kind of excited feelings because we know what they mean, we know what they're talking about. We have that shared collective energy when we're around each other. Maybe we have something like a reference or an inside joke that only we would know. And it's a way of, again, tying back to whatever experience that joke originated from. People dressed up in their religious finest. Okay, so we obviously have a definition of religion that's way beyond just organized religion. Again, what it does is serve to create a sense of community. I'm not going to harp on too much about this, but we also study organized religions as well. The major religious denominations, which are leave the definition of you to your reading, are Christians, Muslims, Hindus, Buddhists, and then Judaism is actually a very small percentage. A sect is a smaller organization within a broader denomination. So here we're thinking of Baptists, of Shia and Sunni within Islam, for example. These are smaller sects within a broader denomination. Often they're breakaway and will make some greater claim to religious truth. Conflicts within Islamic nations often between competing claims about the truth of Islam between Shia and Sunni Muslims. Similarly, many different denominations of Christians claim that they are truer, they're more real. Some, for example, don't celebrate high holy days as holy days, meaning Easter, Christmas. They just say those as kind of fun holidays, but they don't see them as actually about the day any one religious figure died. They see that as just a product of the overarching Catholic Church, for example. So we've seen that Religions can be systems of meanings and morals. They provide those values and beliefs about right and wrong. They are systems of belonging, and they can often be important organizational structures. This might not be true of your friend or fan group, but many modern states were actually built off the model of the Roman Catholic Church. You have the Pope, who is the leader, but then you have cardinals who are dispersed throughout the world and respond to that centralized leader, and you have a clear hierarchy. And indeed, the basic structure of bureaucracy today can be seen as originating in the Western Church.